Start a new game with all weapons unlocked, deadlier combat, and some new surprises. Hello, Mithras.
My God, awake to deeds unseen in sinful New Orleans, where many poor things run needles through kins. Oh God, we know I'm one. There is a man in New Orleans they call the darkest sun. He seizes your soul and swallows it whole. Oh God, they're gone. The flood will come and take a whole of New Orleans. Then she will rise and turn the earth, turn it inside out.
Alright, so that's it for Carnby. Now it's Emily Hartwood's turn.
Hello?
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
This is a big place. Maybe they're on the other side of the house.
Stay here. I'll have a look.
Well, who Jeremy called the Dark Man in the original was actually Pretz, because Pretz was haunting and trying to kill him. Okay, So the cool thing about the difficulty is that you can do it custom. So you can make interaction points revealable, which is usually the only thing I do for this.
Surprised by her own reckless decision, Emily found herself breaking into Derceto. She mulled over how to present her story in case she got caught, but couldn't think of anything that sounded convincing. She wasn't much of a fast talker. Best to find a way to open the front door and let Detective Carnby inside so he can handle the situation.
So the Laganapes, once you've collected them, that you always have them. And there's some that only Emily can find, and some that only Carnby can find. But once you have them forever. Alright, so we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 9 more Laganapes to find.
What's this? I don't think I'll be able to get in there. This must be older than Derceto. They've built the house around it.
Can't hear the whispering yet.
I'll just take this.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope.
Okay, so if the files are all the same, then we don't need to read them again. Or, in this case, have them read to us. So Emily gets an actual handgun while Carnby gets his revolver. Wonder if that means that it'll reload faster then. We'll have to wait and see.
I need the key.
Please do not touch the boiler.
That doesn't look safe.
Sunday, June 22nd.
what's this? I need the key. It's wet shut. It looks important. I need the key.
Wait, don't.
Excuse me? Do you know where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Of course not.
McCarthy, what are you doing? I told you not to lose sight of the girl.
Don't you worry, Mags. I'll find that little rascal.
Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. His name is Jeremy Hartwood.
What are you doing, child? You shouldn't be alone. Go find McCarthy.
Who are you? Are you here for the Fay Dodo?
Go upstairs now.
My name is Emily Hartwood. I'm the niece of Jeremy Hartwood. This is Detective Carnby.
The police? Why are you here?
No, I'm a private investigator. Sorry to bother you. My client's worried about her uncle. He's a patient here at Derceto. If you don't mind, could you direct us where to find him?
No, I can't. Jeremy has gone missing. If you leave your information, I will make sure to contact you.
Wait, he ran away?
No, he won't leave the house. He's around here somewhere, and both of our orderlies are looking for him.
That's unacceptable. Where's Dr. Gray? I want to speak with him immediately.
Fine, I'll ask him. Wait here and don't touch anything.
Do you want to see Jeremy's room?
Can you show us?
Follow me.
I mean, that makes sense, Spook, because, you know, she's actually related to Jeremy since he's her uncle.
Thank you.
Bleh.
Strange kid.
Let's look around, see what we can find.
What kind of stuff are we looking for? I've never been part of an investigation before.
Letters, diaries, receipts, all sorts of notes.
I've read about police analyzing teeth marks and blood samples and fingerprints to find criminals. Is that something you can do?
No, that sounds more like the way the Bureau of Investigation does things. But, you know, if you do find teeth or blood, it's still worth mentioning.
We should talk to Dr. Gray when we're done here. He is the one who runs the hospital. He must know something about what's happened.
Yeah, I just want to get a feel of what we're dealing with here first.
Of course.
Every night the dark man stands.
I found a commonplace book.
What's that?
A notebook with all kinds of stuff in it. Do you know a place called Tarawea?
Never heard of it. Is it close?
I've no idea. Just seems like it was a place Jeremy wanted to visit.
Good to know.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Looks like a talisman.
You mean like this one?
Can you find me a knife to cut the canvas? I want to take this with me.
You want to take the painting? Sure, I'll find one. I found this tube as well. Should keep it safe for you. Do you want to carry it, or should I? Miss Hartwood? Emily?
I'll take it. Thank you.
We're done here, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do any of this.
Listen, I think we should talk to Dr. Gray. He must know something about what's going on around here.
Okay. Let's do that.
Come on, I don't want to be here all night.
He wants his $150, man.
Detective Carnby? Where did... What on earth is happening? What is this place?
Emily had never seen the French Quarter quite like this, dark and alien. The only possible refuge she could see from Jeremy's balcony was a bit of light coming from a corner store. Jeremy had gone missing. The housekeeper said the staff at their settle was looking for him, but Emily wanted answers and demanded to speak to Dr. Gray, the man in charge. While waiting, a young girl offered to show Emily and Detective Carnby inside Jeremy's room. The perfect opportunity to look for clues regarding Jeremy's disappearance.
When I Get Back, John Marcus, 1918.
Dearest Emily, Deseto is the prey of evil, and now they're all in on it. The staff and all the patients are nothing more than a mindless cult set to awaken the bayou. I see now that it was wrong of me to try to survive the madness of the Dark Man. You will also learn that soon enough. Every hour that passes where I deny him his right to my sanity makes it worse for the people I care about. He perfectly staged his world in order to conduct my fall. And I have to fall, Emily. Stay away, my dearest niece. Stay as far away from Deseto as you can. Someday you may understand what I've done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hartwood.
was that thing?
She had killed the horrid thing. But what was it? And would there be more?
Okay, she definitely reloads her pistol faster.
I can't go that way. This can't be. I can't go that way.
Alright. Oh, Jesus.
Emily, is that you?
Baptiste?
How'd you get here?
I was back at Derceto. Looking for my Uncle Jeremy?
Jeremy's your uncle. I didn't know.
Why would you? You're still working at Derceto?
Yeah, both me and Lotta stuck around. We're real orderlies now. You remember my sister Lotta, don't you?
What happened, Baptiste? How are we here?
You know about the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow. Because these streets are real, but they're not like on any map. Nah, this is like when you remember something, but in the wrong way.
Do you know how to get back to Derceto? I'm not safe here.
Truer words have yet been spoken, Mrs. Marcus.
Don't call me that. It's Miss Emily Hartwood. There's no reason to call me anything else.
I'm sorry, Miss Emily. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. This place ain't safe for no one. There's evil hiding in the dark.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago looking for Jeremy. Locked it up to keep the ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
Thank you. I'll take a look.
Stay safe, miss.
It's a lot different playing as Emily. At least how people treat her.
Emily couldn't understand where she was, but it felt like a waking dream. Baptiste, who she vaguely remembered from her past, claimed to work as an orderly at Derceto. He was also looking for Jeremy, and seemed to imply that he was chasing him through Jeremy's own mind. Maybe this wasn't Emily's dream, but Jeremy's, and she was trapped inside somehow. Baptiste suspected that Jeremy was in some control due to a talisman that he had been given by a Miss Jackson, a name Emily recalled to be one of the many voodoo witch doctors in the French Quarter. In hope to find a way back to Deseto, Emily set out to find Miss Jackson's place.
Like, they've already mentioned the talisman and the Dark Man, which I don't think we learned about, like, right away with Carnby.
Are you staying here?
For a while. Want to see if Jeremy shows up.
Your sister. She also works at Derceto?
Yeah, she the one who got us jobs.
Be careful, okay?
You said it, miss.
So that's just a bell outside. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm sure he's not part of any cult or anything.
Ah, what's this? I can't go that way.
Yeah, it looks like New Game Plus made them a lot tankier. Right, anything else out here? Yeah, it's a good thing New Game Plus gave me all my weapons, because it looks like I'm gonna need them.
This must be Miss Jackson's place. Let's see if we can find out more about Jeremy's talisman.
Emily found this waking dream disturbingly persuasive. If this was Jeremy's world, what did that mean? Was the Hartwood family suffering a literal curse? Was the dark man, that ghoulish specter haunting Jeremy, an actual supernatural being? Emily pushed her thoughts aside and focused. She needed to find out about the talisman and get back to Desetto.
It looks exactly like Jeremy's talisman.
I mean, don't you heal by drinking hard liquor? Doesn't everybody? Alright, so... 358.
I think it's meant to hold the talisman. What's that picture in the glass? Where is that?
Good to see you again, Miss Hartwood. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. She also alerted me that you brought a detective with you. I'm very curious to hear what this is all about. You don't remember me, do you, Miss Hartwood? We met at your family's house in the Garden District, when your uncle was about to be admitted under my care.
No, I remember. Sorry. I'm not really feeling well.
Oh, well, in that case, have a seat. Let me make you a drink. I don't seem to have made much of an impression on you. On the other hand, I can vividly recall you and your parents.
Because of our cheerful disposition, I'm sure.
You are far too intelligent to think that. You come from a joyless family, Miss Hartwood. The only amusement I took from my visit was discovering that the young lady's drink was an old-fashioned.
Very astute. Is that supposed to make you seem attentive or intelligent?
Whatever you prefer. Are you ready to tell me why you are here, Miss Hartwood? and why you brought a detective.
I received a letter from my uncle. He seems certain that he was in danger here. If I find out you're treating him badly, I'll be taking him back with me to New Orleans.
Really? Is he going to live with you in your tiny garçonniere? That would be a spectacular way to ratify your spinsterhood. Because you are well aware that your father would never let him back in his house. No, I have it. Maybe you can bring him back up north. You've been wanting to move back for quite a few years, haven't you? You always preferred your mother's side of the family. Jeremy is free to leave with you. I won't object. However, there is one problem, as you might have learned. He is, in fact, missing.
Do you know where he could have gone?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I have my staff looking for him. I'm sure he will show up eventually. Especially if he learns that you are here. He is quite fond of you.
What can you tell me about his condition? I never heard a proper diagnosis. What is your medical opinion of him?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, depressed, even. He suffers from a perceived lack of order in his inner and outer life. He constantly complains about events not presenting themselves according to their divine nature.
And the Dark Man?
Hard to tell if it was ever anything specific. Jeremy uses the Dark Man as a psychological scapegoat to avoid facing the truth that he is in any way at fault.
You don't think there can be any truth to the Dark Man's supernatural existence?
Why would you ask that?
Can we ever be sure?
If the Dark Man is some sort of evil presence that is in possession of Jeremy?
Well,
I assure you, any evidence that you experience supporting that claim is purely delusional. Don't get caught up in mass hysteria, Miss Hartwood. You wouldn't want to take your uncle's place in this hospital, would you?
I'll be leaving now, Doctor. I need to keep looking for my uncle.
Do so, Miss Hartwood. I'll let you know if he shows up.
Yeah, I get the feeling he doesn't like her very much.
Detective Carnby! God, I'm glad to see you. I was afraid you had left.
Me? You're the one who just disappeared.
It's hard to explain. I think I blacked out. It was like I went somewhere else.
It's okay, miss. You're clearly upset.
No, I don't know what's happening.
This is a very stressful situation for you, I understand.
Ugh, no, you don't understand.
Just take a deep breath. Why don't you sit down, smoke some of the perique? If you want, I could even drive you back to New Orleans. I just want to have a talk with Dr. Gray first.
I want to stay. I found a talisman just like the one in the painting. I think I might be able to figure out where Tarawea is, where Jeremy wanted to go.
That's great. Just stay out of trouble, okay? Let me handle the investigation.
I'm not crazy, Detective. Not yet.
Okay, catch you later.
So no matter what happens, the other character ends up thinking the other character's crazy, depending on who you play as.
Despite making a fool of herself in front of Dr. Gray and Detective Carnby, Emily felt surprisingly invigorated. She felt absolutely sure that it was her manipulation of the talisman that had brought her back to Derceto. Jeremy mentioned 2 items in his commonplace book that somehow connected him to 2 more dreams, or whatever they should be called. If Jeremy had 2 more worlds open to him, then maybe he would hide there if he was scared. Or maybe he found a way to Tarawea, the place Jeremy so desperately wanted to visit. Excited to follow up on her clues, Emily set out to find the old clock and the boiler.
If a talisman like this can open up doors between the French Quarter and Derceto, then maybe Jeremy is hiding in some strange other world, like Tarawea, the place he mentioned in the book. No matter where he is, it's clear that my search won't be limited to Derceto.
Saw you noticing the...
Dr. Elmore Lee.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock.
I need the key. Interesting. Looks sturdy. Doubt I'll be opening this. I need the key. I can't leave. I need to find Jeremy. What's that stain? Looks like some kind of rot. This looks like the thing that held the talisman in the French Quarter, but it's broken and missing some pieces. Jeremy's room. All back to normal.
Emily's here. Emily's here.
What a strange but beautiful room. Are these zodiac signs?
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my...
Will I need to remember how to get them out again?
The Astarte Artist Colony. I'm pretty sure they had a Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain when I was a child. There's some aggressive-looking rot on these paintings.
The simple astrology cipher was a favorite among the artists who lived in the...
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Suddenly, Jeremy's bleak dreamscape devoured Emily, drowning her in dread and darkness, only to moments later spit her out again. What had happened, and why? Was that her doing, or did someone else make it so?
Yeah, she definitely seems a lot more accepting of this supernatural stuff than Carnby did initially. He just he just assumed he was going crazy. Okay, so it's still missing a piece.
I need the key.
Cat? This is silly.
Good evening.
evening, Miss Hartwood. That is your name, isn't it? I would be terribly embarrassed if it wasn't.
You're right. Emily Hartwood, Jeremy's niece. Nice to meet you.
Ruth Talon. Is that Perique you're smoking? How terribly quaint.
Maybe so, but I like it.
Would you care to share some? That smell is making me feel very nostalgic.
Just a little off-putting. Just a little bit.
Is it all that you hope for?
I enjoy your light mockery, Miss Hartwood. I can tell we would make great friends.
How flattering. Too bad you're locked up in this place.
Your insincerity is really refreshing. I wish you were mad as I am. Then you could stay.
Give it a few years and I might just be. Lunacy is one of my family's few privileges.
Oh, good. I'll be looking forward to it.
You don't know anything about what happened to Jeremy, do you?
Everyone here is really strange, and it's hard to know what to make of anything you hear. Occasionally, it sounds quite exciting, though. Good versus evil and all that. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have anything useful to share.
It doesn't matter. Thank you for the much-needed break.
Bon voyage.
Emily felt surprised by how much she enjoyed the company of Ruth. There was something familiar and friendly about her, like they were old friends that simply forgot about each other.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana.
Are you reading anything good?
A Brightness from Afar by Lord Boleskine. It's actually not bad.
You know where Detective Carnby is?
Oh, you don't need him. You're doing fine.
I should probably go.
Until next time, chérie.
Yeah, charmed, I'm sure.
It's wet shut. understand what's happening.
Boy, that sure was weird. You know, there's still no whispering. I wonder if that's something that only happens to Carnby. Goodbye, Spook.
What are you doing sneaking around? You almost scared me to death.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your ritual. I wouldn't have guessed voodoo was in practice at a place like this.
The doctor may be all about science, but I know these roots have power.
You know what's going on here? I have a feeling Derceto is cursed.
There are several players with stakes in this game. Derceto isn't cursed or blessed. It's a battleground. And it would all be a lot better if you could get your uncle out sooner than later.
That's all I'm trying to do.
I wish you the best of luck, Miss Hartwood. I really mean that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to look after my gumbo.
Uh-huh.
The housekeeper buried something in the flower patch beneath one of Dr. Gray's windows. She was singing in some Creole language, performing a peculiar bourgeois voodoo ritual. Certainly not an unfamiliar sight in the French Quarter, but voodoo had never felt this bitter to Emily.
What's that?
This is locked now, right? Yeah.
It worked. Now what's this? There we go. I've seen this somewhere. There was something in the Commonplace book about this. Did it break? The clock just stopped.
3, 4, 6. There we go.
It's showing me something. That's just the hallway outside Jeremy's room, isn't it?
Truly, we are now alone in the dark. Here we go.
I did it. I opened up another dream.
Right, the Hateful Mound. That's what this place is called.
May 19...
I need the key.
Else? Doesn't seem like it.
something missing.
Okay, that made me jump a little. that didn't happen in regular New Game. I guess that's one of those little surprises of New Game Plus. Ah! Her arm! I don't know if you guys saw that, but her arm looked fucked up there.
Ah, here we go.
Let's top off. More flares. Ow, my back.
I can break this, I just need something to hit it with.
That was unusual.
to get to the other side. Now what? Just don't look down, Emily.
Away we go! Oh, right. That thing.
It's the hateful mound Jeremy mentioned.
Is Batiste's sister not here this time?
Jeremy, you dropped your...
Oh, there she is.
Mrs. Marcus?
Get off of me!
What are you doing here?
Trying to find my uncle.
Jeremy is your uncle?
Could you please? Thank you. And it's Miss Hartwood.
You don't remember me?
I remember you, Mr. Bois. I met your brother Batiste earlier.
I suppose he hadn't found Jeremy either then. We spread out to find him.
Can I have this? I'm trying to get to Tarawea.
Fine, believe the rest. I just want Jeremy to come looking. We have to leave before it comes inside.
What? Where?
Come quick!
Ow, my head.
Oh, god damn my soul.
The dream of the grave under the cheniere suddenly vanished, and Emily found herself back at Derceto. Instead of Jeremy, she found Lottie, who, just like her brother Baptiste, reminded her of John, who died so bravely in the war. She pushed her painful memories out of her mind and returned to her investigation. She still needed to figure out what to do with the boiler. Emily deserved a sense of triumph, but she was too on edge to appreciate her success. There was no reasonable explanation why the talisman let her open up this other world. Was this really happening? Or was this somehow all in her mind? There was no time to question her own sanity. She had to find Jeremy. If he was here, she thought, would she find Jeremy in the hateful mound?
I'm back at Derceto.
Reflections on the power of the verb in certain texts. But
It's wet shut. It worked.
Oh man, I remember this fucking puzzle.
The Barlow.
I guess Emily just can't hear the whispering like Carnby can.
It's wet shut. It worked.
Come on, Grace. I'm too tired for games. I'll even let you play with my jackknife. Oh, good evening. You haven't seen a little girl by any chance, have you?
I don't think so.
You would have known if you did. The only kid crazy enough to be in this place.
She's not in her room then?
That would be a first. Always running around causing trouble. She's very hard to pin down, that one. You want to sip?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, I should be going then. Unless there's anything you need from me.
You.
I just want to find my uncle before anything happens to him.
Oh, don't worry, miss. He'll show up. He is much too lily-livered to kill himself.
Why would he?
It's his greatest ambition, didn't you know? Take care now.
Maybe you shouldn't be saying something like that to his niece. Kind of callous.
There's something missing. So this is Grace's room. Cute.
Ah!
Don't you worry, Grace. Go play your game, bleat and bellow with the others.
What a terrible thing to recognize that your betterment was an illusion. That you are so infatuated by the virtue of struggling that despite all your hard work, you made no real efforts to ever become well. Or that the treatment becomes such an obsession that instead of letting your wounds heal over time, you tear at the flesh in the hope that it will heal better and faster, if only it would bleed in the way you wanted. Do we ever become well? What do you think, Dr. Gray?
Pretty sure I already got that.
This must be the great Cassandra Beauregard's room. I'm not sure. It's another one of those peculiar padlocks. There's more of that aggressive rot on the bottles.
Miss Beauregard, I picked up your medicine at the post office today. As you understand, it needs to be administered.
I wonder what that means. If I find the full set of bottles, then maybe I can make something out of the strange markings.
Whoa. Okay, cool, more flares.
The medicine bottles had stains of rot on the labels, suggesting some greater shape. They just needed to be put in the right order. But for what purpose? McCarthy moseyed off to continue his search for the little girl. Emily had meant to ask why he was looking for her, but decided against it, fearing that it would just prolong an already awkward scene.
find the key.
Do you teach piano as well?
Huh?
You're a governess. Did you teach those clawing Casino kids how to play the piano?
How do you know about that?
Just because grown-ups don't notice children doesn't mean we don't notice you.
Yes. I taught them some piano.
Are you any good at it?
Not good enough to play a broken one.
It fell from the attic. Brought half the ceiling down.
It was Jeremy's fault, wasn't it?
Nobody knows what happened, but you're not wrong.
Oh, ah!
What are you doing?
Just stabbed her in the ass.
I'm gonna go now. See you around.
Maybe this little girl is more fucked up than we initially realized.
Ugh. There's more of that unsettling rot.
On the commonplace of evil.
Ah, what's this? The rot made the shape of a snake. Is it telling me something? Maybe it has to do with the numbers on the bottles.
257.
The prick of the syringe hadn't hurt as much as the humiliation of being played by that child. Emily just couldn't make any sense of her behavior. Grace seemed amused, but not mocking. Was this just her being playful? As her feelings subsided, a second thought appeared. She wouldn't have injected her with something, would she?
There we go.
It's another piece of broken plate.
You know, Mr. Waits, I...
I guess this works too? I'm out of bullets! Jeremy? What the hell is that? What? There was a dead body in here. Did I just imagine that?
The body of Deseto's clerk transformed into some eye-clad abomination before he suddenly disappeared. Surely it was all in her head. A horrible vision planted by the Dark Man.
There's something missing. It's another one of those plates for the talisman. It's also broken and missing some pieces.
Oh, I remember this. I don't like this one. So, sun's up in the sky, the church is in the bottom left. So that looks right. Hey, got it.
Hmm.
759. There we go.
The talisman is showing another room. Something is open. It worked. I'm in another one of Jeremy's dreams.
The graveyard. I remember this. Alright, so no more bullets for that. Oop, there's a flare.
It's been a while since I visited the family tomb. I hope it's in a better state than the real world. What's this? What's that for? There we go.
It was the chapel where Jeremy had promised to mourn the mysterious Perosi. Maybe soon she would be able to talk to her uncle and have him end this madness. She just needed to find a way inside the chapel. Emily stepped out into the humid night and found herself recognizing the Lafayette Cemetery. She hadn't been here for years, she thought, and in a way, she still hadn't returned. This was something not quite the same. Hoping she would soon get to see her uncle, she set off to find the chapel mentioned in his book.
So I think going down there starts the chase sequence. That's where I came from. Okay, there's an explosive there. I think this is a little secret area. Ow. This is Alone in the Dark, Lewis.
I don't have any bullets left.
Oh, that was lame. I was stuck looking at the cutscene. Oh, you gotta be... Even though I just... Did it not save any of my progress? Okay, it did. Okay, good. Good enough, I guess. Okay, this is where the chase is gonna happen in just a moment. Nice audio stuttering.
There we go.
Oh, we found one of the secret ones. And a little drinky.
I made it out. I'm not sure I have everything I... No, that's not right.
There we go.
Emily, is that you?
Jeremy!
What are you doing here?
Well, you sounded so miserable in your letter. I've come to take you away from here.
I can't believe I made such a foolish mistake. All I wanted was for you to stay away.
What do you mean?
I bargained with the Dark Man. A pact to keep New Orleans safe with my own life as tribute.
The Dark Man isn't real, Jeremy. There's nothing he can do to hurt you.
How do you think any of this is happening? How do you still not trust my words?
Fine. Then let me help.
Don't be foolish. He will bury you next to me in his sunken temple for an eternity.
I don't care. I'll find a way. I have my own talisman, and I know about Tarawea.
Oh, wait, don't speak.
Who's in here? Show yourself.
You know who, Emily. He took your grandfather.
No, I mean it. Who's in here? I can feel someone's in here.
There he is, the Dark Man.
Emily!
Tarawea. Why do you want to go there, Jeremy?
I've seen so many strange occurrences lately. Memories explode into existence and then burn out like tired glass bulb filaments. Dreamscapes crash down from the stars and sink into the sea. Doors that lead to nowhere and absolutely everywhere at once. With all this reverie, I want to think there's a chance that you found a way to remain alive in some way I cannot fathom. Just like I've learned to navigate with my talisman. Maybe you, with all your knowledge, you somehow knew a way to find me again, perhaps in Tarawaya. All my love, Jeremy.
I need to find out more about Jeremy's pact with the Dark Man. He meant to go to Tarawaya. Maybe there is something there that would help. She was beautiful. I wonder what happened to her.
Perosi's fate remained a mystery to Emily. Was she a part of Jeremy's story, or did she maybe have her own? Despite suffering the Hartwood curse herself, Emily never thought she would be seeing the Dark Man manifested in front of her eyes. To Emily, the curse was very much a psychological condition and not something that could suddenly step into a physical world. What did this mean? Could her own personal demons take form? Surely the only way to get any answers would be to find a way to the place Jeremy so desperately wanted to go. She needed to go to Tarawaya.
The Astarte Artist Colony. I'm pretty sure they had a Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain when I was a child. It's a telescope lens. Why would he lock it in here?
Jeremy had found a way to enter Tarawaya, but he wasn't allowed to go. He knew deep down that it was impossible for him to cross that threshold. Instead, he hoped that Perosi would go in his place and burn his library to the ground so he could start again. But she never got the chance. Perosi had her own problems, her own demons, and she died suddenly one day without warning. Holding the telescope lens in her hands, Emily suspected what it was. At least a part of the key to that paradise Jeremy so desperately wanted to see. Curious what she would find, she felt eager to put the lens to use.
Oh boy, this puzzle. Alright, so to get there, I think the fastest way... I think this way? I'm gonna have to try all of the buttons on my controller to see if I can get something to work here. Because last time I had to resort to using my keyboard. And that can't be right. There has to be a way to do it on controller. Else? No. No, it hasn't gotten any patches. Oh, there we go. Okay. I mean, this time I was pushing in on my control stick. Maybe that was helping it to focus this time. That went a lot more smoothly. 941.
Wait, what's going on? It's entering the numbers by itself? Okay, great, so where is that?
A dining room. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this.
Was this dream of Tarawea without a catch? A place for rest and comfort.
Now, what was the quickest way to the dining room? I believe... the small parlor. No. No. Over here? There we go.
Here we go.
You should not have come, Emily.
How do you know my name? Have we met?
In a manner of speaking. As a manifestation of Yermi's deepest desires, I am to you unfamiliar. Yet I know of you.
Are you Jeremy? Is that what you're saying?
I am only his subconscious thoughts. I cannot speak for his totality.
How come you have a Spanish accent? And what is this place? Is this Tarawea?
This is indeed the fabled convent of Tarawea, where Yermi goes to find peace during his sessions with Dr. Gray.
It's all fantasy then.
Based on the things he has read and seen.
And that includes you.
Yes. My name is Juan Luis Jorge. Yermi once read a book of mine. It stuck with him.
Can you help me break the pact with the Dark Man so we can leave Derceto?
Yermi doesn't want you to. He wants to honor his word to the Dark Man.
Why? What's the point? I don't understand what the pact is for.
The people of Derceto are calling upon evil to enter this world. Your uncle offered his soul to the Dark Man to contain this disaster.
What? No, that doesn't make any sense.
The pact will be fulfilled at dawn. As the sun rises, Yermi will forever be entombed in his sunken desert temple. As promised, the Dark Man shall quarantine and starve the evil inside Derceto.
What about all the patients and the staff?
They will not stand a chance.
That's unacceptable. How could Jeremy agree to this?
Desperation, of course. Yermi did not choose martyrdom lightly.
Well, nothing is lost yet. I'm sure I can find a way to break the pact and save Jeremy. And hopefully the people at Derceto. What even is this evil you're talking about?
I don't know much. I think some nightmarish entity from the bayou.
I'll just have to deal with that later. First, I have to get Jeremy out of his deal. What? Did you run out of arguments?
You're actually quite inspiring, Miss Emily. If we put Yermi's feelings aside, I would have to say I agree with you.
Really?
You might just be able to save the old man from himself. I think you should take a look in the convent library. Try to find the truth about Yermi's relationship with the Dark Man.
Okay.
You should know that you won't be alone in those grand halls. The Dark Man has been reading those books for years.
He's here?
You'll have to be very careful.
Of course. I can be careful.
Good luck, Miss Emily.
He was much more forthwith with giving up information on, like, the Dark Man and everything that's going on than he was with, Carnby. Like that's a lot of information right there. Like, yeah, your uncle's trying to sacrifice himself to contain all the evil that the people at Derceto are trying to unleash and keep it there in exchange for his life.
As much as Emily wanted to soak in the comfort of Jeremy's dream and take a seat next to Juan under his Bodhi tree, she knew she couldn't stay. She had to visit the library and find information about Jeremy and his first meeting with the Dog Man.
Yeah, true enough. She has family.
What is the Dark Man, do you know?
The Black Sun. The stalker among the stars. The crawling chaos. No. Neither I nor Jeremy knows what he truly is.
So yeah, these two things are two completely separate entities, unrelated to each other. Jeremy was just trying to find some way to contain the god that they were trying to resurrect.
I'm worried this is how it starts. That this is just madness enveloping me.
I'm sorry. There is no compelling answer I can give you to dispel such doubts.
Well, I've put this off long enough. Take care, Juan.
You too, Miss Emily. I will cross my fingers and hope for the best.
Alright, well, this will probably be a good place to stop. Alright, so next time we'll be going for Tearaway, and what I think after that is the Egyptian temple. I think a little bit later. But, I'm gonna be done for now, so goodbye.